To start my day off well, in my 5-minute cut, I always share a quotation from my life book that has had a profound impact on me. Life quotes from the priceless book The Art of Self-Management by Dale Carnegie are what I'm going to share with you today. It was published almost a century ago, but it still has a profound effect on me in the year 2024. I attribute this to the fact that the ideas presented in it are timeless and relevant, rather than being the product of a certain time or author. The idea about making lemonade when life tosses you lemons really stuck with me. Carnegie cites a statement by Nietzsche: "The more I study the lives of successful people, the more I am convinced that the secret of their success was the handicap they had in the first place. As they made more efforts to transcend their limitations, they began to reap more rewards. Surprisingly, our flaws end up helping us. Beethoven, who was deaf and blind; Helen Keller, who was deaf and blind; Tchaikovsky, whose tragic marriage nearly killed him; Dostoevsky, whose life was a living hell; and Charles Darwin, who was so frail he was severely ill as a child, were not born into aristocratic families, did not attend Harvard, and did not have happy marriages, according to Dale Carnegie. Abraham Lincoln, who came into this world in a rustic cottage nestled in the New Hampshire woods near Canterbury. Numerous individuals have achieved great success while facing enormous initial obstacles. Okay, I get it. They were not perfect, but they also have some serious skills. To put it another way, perhaps you're thinking, I know that sounds good, but I'm in a really bad place right now. Dale Carnegie offers some more suggestions for such folks. Perhaps you've reached a point of despair where you believe there's no way to salvage the situation. However, you should persist for 2 reasons. At first, you may be successful. Secondly, research has demonstrated that attempting to transform a negative into a positive mindset changes one's outlook regardless of whether the effort is successful or not. To sum up, there is absolutely nothing to gain or lose from attempting this. The most essential thing in life, according to William Lyle of the Simians Against God, is not to make the most of your positive qualities, since that would be foolish, but to find ways to improve upon your negative ones. This is because most of us try to avoid things that may potentially hurt us, so this can be a real challenge. However, attempting to transform your flaw into an asset will not cost you a thing. Do not worry, there is no danger. For a long time, I pondered this and couldn't understand why more individuals didn't choose this risk-free approach. I came to the conclusion that it's due to our preconceived notions. Imagine you're a violinist whose performance is interrupted when a string snaps. In your opinion, what should you do? If you're new to playing the violin, you might be worried that you can't keep going if you break a string mid-performance. This is because, unlike harps, which have many strings, violins only have 4. The broken string adds insult to injury, as the stereotype states that one cannot play a violin with 3 strings. This narrative, however, is told by Dale Carnegie. One of the violin strings unexpectedly snapped when the world-renowned Aubrey performed in Paris. He completed the set on the other 3 strings. This is based on a genuine incident, and that is the essence of life. Even if one string breaks, you muster the other 3 to complete the performance. Not to mention that's simply life. It is because of my experiences that this portion of my speech hits so close to home. I was born with a handicap. I had to grit my teeth and study investing after falling prey to a real estate fraud when my friends were saving money for weddings. Now I'm financially independent thanks to that experience. Furthermore, I went through a tough patch in my career where I lacked a work-life balance and was constantly worried that I would be overworked compared to my coworkers. However, looking back, I see that this period actually served as my greatest asset, allowing me to establish my expertise and reputation ahead of schedule. In what ways are you unable to go forward in life because of the things that are limiting you? Before I end, let me say this. It's always just you that finds the terrible things in life. You made it this far. I appreciate it. I pray today was wonderful for you.